Hello everyone, just looking again at Blessed Columba Marmion and what he teaches and just kind of drawing some insights based on that. Wanted to look at something that he says that's very interesting, and it kind of just made me think about Jesus and the three theological virtues. Um, Reflecting on the life of Jesus, his humanity and his divinity, it might come as a surprise to know that Jesus did not have faith and he did not have hope either. The only theological virtue that he had was charity. And I guess that puts the point forward that St. Paul makes, that charity is the highest of virtues and that it is the greatest of the theological virtues. Now, I guess maybe we should go over what is a theological virtue. There are different kinds of virtues in life. There are the moral virtues, which are just numerous, many different moral virtues, and those can all be summed up into four hinge virtues that the moral life is based upon, and those are called the cardinal virtues. Cardinal is Latin for hinge. So, and those are prudence, justice, fortitude, and finally temperance. Now, those are virtues that we can develop in our own habits, and a virtue itself is a very heavily developed habit that we have. You're a more virtuous person when doing good and avoiding evil is something that comes something that comes secondhand, you know. And the theological virtues are virtues that are instilled in us by God. They're not something that simply come from our nature alone, but they are something that has been built upon our nature by grace. There's a saying that grace builds on nature, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the theological virtues. They're infused in our souls, they're given by God, and they enable us to live a divine life, to be in union with God. And so those three theological virtues are faith, hope, and charity. Faith is the theological virtue by which I believe in God and everything that he has revealed. Hope is the theological virtue by which we desire and expect eternal life and the grace needed to attain it. And charity is the theological virtue by which we love God above all things and love our neighbor as ourselves out of that love for God. Now, Jesus did not have faith. Jesus did not need faith. Faith is something that we need as the church militant, as we await seeing. And once we see, there will be no need for faith, because, well, it will be right before us, So faith is something that we need today that we won't need in heaven. Hope is meant to be fulfilled, but Jesus does not need hope. I guess the only way that we could say that Jesus did have hope would just be the glorification of his own body. That's the only way that Jesus had the virtue of hope. Charity he had. Charity was a virtue that he had because of what charity is. Charity is the love of God. Jesus loved God more than everything, and his neighbor as himself out of his love. So Blessed Columba Marmion says that Jesus practiced it to the supreme degree. So Christ, and he quotes further, Christ loves us because we are the children of his Father, because we belong to his Father. He gave himself up for me because he loved me. And as we who are to imitate Christ should consider, do I give myself up for those who I love? Well, I hope this is helpful. If it is, please share it. Maybe it'll be helpful for somebody else. And remember to stay hungry, my friend.